Thanks for coming in.
What's up?
Pickin and Grinnin. We're here with Brandon and Brad today. Has anybody heard from Leroy?
I heard from him
Uh,
earlier this morning about something
Nobody.
totally different.
What in the world? Brad. Hold on a minute. I gotta put my headphones on. We're just getting started, man. I'm running late, guys. I'm having issues. I had an eBay issue. I had to get fixed in international shipping. Apparently, there are certain categories that do not ship over international. I did not know that, so I had to change the category for the gentleman. So, had to do all that. So we was on the phone with eBay and everything. So I got a late start. So
I got good news.
Go ahead.
I can now sell up to 1 billion items or up to $1 billion, whichever comes first. And I'm hoping I get the $1 billion before I get the 1 billion items.
Yeah. So you got that email?
Yeah.
Johnny from Cajun Roots Reseller, he got that same email. I'm waiting on it too myself, hoping I'll get it. So, Sue, that's actually Brad that sent that message. I don't know how it's in my name.
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it?
So how did you do that?
I just posted in the chat. I don't know.
Brad
Which
hacked
link?
the account.
Let's see.
Oh, God. Which link did you use?
I just clicked the link that was in the thing. I don't know what to say, bro. All right, you can continue on. I'll mess around on this and see if I can't figure it out.
I think I know what it is. We'll
What I
talk
need to
about
do.
it. I think you might be signed in with. I sent you the admin link, right? Did you sign up with the other email I gave you?
My bro, I don't even remember. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll hop out and hop back in. So I'll try to sign out or see what I can do here.
Okay. All right. That is weird. That is weird.
Carry on, my wayward sons. I'll be back.
All right. Brandon, you got anything good to tell us today? Did you get one of them billion resale things?
Nah, and it wouldn't be no good for me to. I'd never get it all listed.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, let me take that back. Let me check real quick because you use iPhone, don't you?
Yes.
So I don't know if it's my phone or if it's eBay, but I keep going to the new dashboard, back to the old dashboard, back to the new dashboard. I wouldn't mind if it would just pick one and stay there, but there is some differences to the two dashboards. And it gets annoying because I start getting used to the new one and then it puts me back to the old one. And then middle of the day, it'll flip me back to the new one. And I have to remember because there's different steps to some of it. So I don't know if that's happening to anybody else. I am on iPhone.
Yes, that's happening to me. Because I woke up this morning and I was so excited because I was back to the old dashboard, and then halfway through the day it switched to the new dashboard, and then I think it did switch back.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I think it did switch back, and I think it's on the. Is it on the new one right now? I believe it is, man. I absolutely hate this new dashboard. I really do. Yeah, it's on the new dashboard now.
I've gotten used to it, but I will say there's one thing that I've noticed with it. And I don't know, if the viewers or whatever, if y'all have noticed this as well. It humbles you with your 90-day total. Because I noticed when it switches from the old dashboard to the new dashboard, my 90-day total changes and it actually drops. So I don't know.
Mine drops about $1,000.
Yeah,
I mean, not
it's
$1,000. Well, yeah,
it's right around $1,000 or $1,200 difference when it switches. But I always wondered before why the app and the actual computer, the data didn't match up, and at least now it matches up. Like your 90-day on the computer will have like everything except for today's totals. So at least that part is better. But like I was getting confused. I was like, how is it dropping that much? Like when it changed, and then I always was confused why the performance tab on the computer didn't match what was on my app. And so I guess maybe they're fixing some of the aspects to it. But I
Yeah.
did hear, I don't remember who it was talking. Was it in Kevin's video maybe that he did? I'm excited if they are really going to give us Terapeak data on the app. That will be nice. That like
Yeah.
that will be awesome because you don't think about it. You think 90 days is enough for most things, but one thing I can think of that could be beneficial is like holiday and seasonal goods
Oh
because
yeah.
I still kick myself, and Kevin probably kicks me too. Um, that time down at the Route 29 that I had the opportunity to buy all the little ornament Enaman, and I looked on eBay and there was no
Oh.
sales of them. I was like, nobody buys the little ones; they just buy the big ones. And then when he bought the big ones off of me, he asked me if I got the little ones too, and I was like, no, I did. I passed on those because I didn't think you did anything with them because I didn't remember. You know, such a short period in the holidays. I didn't
Yeah.
remember him doing the little 50-50 thing. And he's like, oh man, how many do you think it was? And I was like, I don't know, probably like 200. And he's like, oh, I would have gave you like $700 for those. And I was like, what? I was like, crap. But it went to the nobody was buying them because it wasn't Christmas time. Like 90 days prior was July or whatever, you know. Nobody was buying the
Yeah.
little silly ornaments. So it that I was like, man, if I had had Terapeak, I could have looked and seen that people buy them. But you know, it happens.
Yeah. I sell Christmas stuff all year long. Some of my biggest sales was Christmas, and it was sold in February and March. So the holiday stuff does sell. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. I pick up ornaments or unique ornaments all the time. What happened, Brad? Did you figure it out?
No, I don't know. I just completely signed out of StreamYard and just clicked back in,
Okay,
not signed in. So
ain't no telling. We'll have to figure it out. So, how did your trip go to North Carolina?
it was good. We got to meet a nice gentleman. His wife had passed away, and it was her collection. She
Oh no.
actually passed away on my birthday in January, and but they were quite an older couple, and there was a whole story there I won't share, but he was a nice gentleman, invited us into his house and showed us like some of the paintings and stuff his wife did, and it was cool. So we got
So
there and
what did you get?
uh, I think 11 totes of Playmobil. They're not all big totes. There's like one really big tote, and then there's kind of medium size, like 9 or 10 inch totes, like a handful of those, and then a couple of a few smaller things. But it was good. It was a good haul, and
So it
we
was all Playmobil.
yeah, and then we hit a few, and it was good stuff too. There was even one of the first things we found when we opened one of the boxes was there's like a windmill. It was like one of the vintage. It's like a vintage windmill from their. I don't remember which line it was. It was a Western line, but it'd never been opened, still in the wrapper and everything. So that's going to
Oh wow.
wind up being pretty good. We actually sold. So she listed it today, and we sold. I know at least one of the things sold today is like it's about a $65 sale. Yeah, so that was good. That's not count. Oh, they paid almost $93 for that. Dang.
You know what I'm looking for now? Mousetrap.
Well, you only have to look if you want to be really profitable. See if you can just buy the one piece out of it when you find it, that blue plumbing pipe thing, and that's just on the. So every few years they have a new iteration of it, and so the one from like 1995, I think it is the one that plumbing pipe goes out of. So I got to see them before we were in Johnson City, Tennessee. Hit a few thrift stores on the way back, found a few cool little things, and drove up to see. I'd never seen Bristol Motor Speedway, so I drove up another 20 minutes to go see Bristol. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
but that was a sight.
So you were actually in Virginia then?
Yeah, we were in North Carolina, and then Virginia, and then back in Tennessee again. So
Silver hair, us young whippersnappers are doing good.
what's up, Victor Mousetraps? Yeah,
Is that what it is? Is that what it
Y'all
is?
were,
Victor Mousetraps?
That's what Silver Hair says.
Oh,
Speaking of board games, there's one that my wife found when we were at one of the route sales, and it was one that I probably wouldn't have paid a bit of attention to. So I'm sharing it with you guys. You know how there's like tons and tons and tons of iterations of Monopoly, but if you ever see the Littlest Pet Shop, there's one of the dog pieces in there. I can't remember exactly which one it is. There's one of the dog pieces in the Littlest Pet Shop Monopoly that will sell for, I think it's $35 quick.
Holy cow.
For that one little dog piece. So if you ever see that game out there, look and see if it should have, I think, 4 pieces in it, 4 or 6, something like that. If it's got the pieces in there, though, check for them. It's like a brown dachshund or dachshund or however you say it. Little
that's
piece.
I know exactly.
What's up, Leroy?
What's up, Brandon?
There's the man.
Hello, everybody. Sorry I was gone last week. But what game was that, Brandon?
Littlest Pet Shop Monopoly.
Okay.
I'll tell you another Monopoly that's if you ever see it, you should grab it probably. There's one with golf courses. So it's got like Pebble Beach and Augusta International and all that. That one does pretty good too. So if you see it.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
What is that?
My teeth are in the cleaner.
That's exactly what it sounds like, but it's not you.
Tell us about your trip, Leroy. How'd it go?
Yeah, Leroy.
It was your daughter. It was good. She's 16 now. I got 2 shotguns and some extra bullets.
Yeah, there you go.
And there was at my age, it gets to a point where all that glitz and glamour is cool, but being able to teach my daughter financing, and I'm not the best finance person, but being able to spend an hour and a half with her, teaching her how to move her money around that she got from her Sweet 16 will stay in my heart and probably her heart for the rest of our lives. And that I can sum it all up in 30 seconds, and that whole experience made my whole trip.
That's awesome, dude. The food looked good too. That picture you sent us of that, what you's eating looked darn good.
Oh, that was Beyonce's food. Yeah, of course. I raised her. See, I wasn't a single dad. We had joint custody, but every weekend, I got her because her mother wanted to go out partying. So every weekend, she thought she was punishing me, and I would get my daughter and I would go. I was making $100,000 a year, so my daughter had no expense on food. And we would go. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on clothes. I was getting the clothes at the thrift shops. I'll be real with you. But we would go out, and just me and her at the age of 7, we'd go out for lunch, and it was $65. And of course, this is 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for all the viewers who don't know, Leroy sent us some pictures of where they were eating, and it was the high society, pinky up kind of stuff, It looked awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So what's going on with I'm still not back in. I actually normally, guys, I come back and I push all my shipping out in one day, and no. I had almost 35 sales since I've been gone, and my eBay payment is once a week. So I didn't want it to come out of my account. So I stopped at the bottom and not go to the top. I still got 15 more to ship out. I might actually do a few while we're talking once we get settled in,
Yeah.
because I have a few more to ship out. But I didn't want to give them all that money.
Did anybody message you? Where's my item at?
So, yes, the short answer is yes, but I was always safe because I put 4-day shipping. But they don't read. They don't read. And I bet you Brandon has more of that crap than most of us, because they want to spend $1.50 for a card or $450 for a card and expect it there the next day. How is your how's your stuff with shipping, Brandon, with your cards? Like, I understand your policy, but like, are they needy? Are the card people needy?
They're not so much needy on the shipping. It's more the negotiating and the poor nature of the negotiating. That's the most annoying part. As for the shipping, the biggest thing, and I just learned to like stop worrying about it, but the plain white envelope stuff, the eBay standard envelope, it's not tracking, so to speak. It's just periodic updates.
Yeah.
And there's a high chance that it never shows that it's delivered. And so it'll just stay out there in limbo land. And there's an abusive nature to the card folks, to where they see opportunity to say, hey, I didn't get this, and be,
fraudulent.
lie. Yeah.
I've noticed on that standard envelope, because I use that a lot on all the ones I've sent out. Like you said, I haven't seen an actual tracking. What I have seen though is like it show where it's left or been where you turned it in at. It showed that spot, and then you don't see. I've noticed the only time I've ever seen it again is when it's been delivered. On mine, it's showing that they've been delivered. Of course, majority of mine is through Whatnot, and then I've sold 5 cards on eBay, so I use the standard envelope on eBay, and it's always showed delivered, but it hasn't showed like a tracking. What you're saying, it's not like it's going to show you what city it's in at that particular time. So
Well, you'll have ones that it'll never like.
it wouldn't surprise
as you
me
keep
one bit.
doing
Yeah.
them, you do enough of them, you're gonna get them where they'll never show delivered. And the biggest thing with it, like at first it annoyed me, because like I buy cards too, so I know the game. Like I'll have cards delivered and it'll never show or update that it's delivered. So I know the people 99% of the time are lying, because they found the loophole to get their money back and the card. But you're talking items under $20, so it's not, $20. It starts getting annoying. But if anybody ever does it, there's one thing that's not spoken a lot about. There's a lot of hatred towards the standard envelope, but people, I guess, don't read all of the details, because eBay literally says if you just refund the buyer, if they claim that they don't receive the item, just refund them. And then it takes a little bit of time. I can't remember if it's 30 days or 90 days or what it is, but there's a little wait period, but you can actually go back in and request to be reimbursed for all of the refunds that you've given over your eBay standard envelope. eBay backs the standard envelope. That's why there's a $20 limit on it. because if there's any issues, they just ask you, just work with the buyer, go ahead and refund them, and then they'll reimburse you. So, but I don't think a lot of people know that, because there's a lot of hatred towards the standard envelope. So if you're listening and you do, or you thought about doing standard envelope, if you refund the buyer, you can get your money back. It does take a little bit of time. Again, I can't remember what the wait is, but I think it's 30 or 60, 90 days, something like that. And then you could go in and request a reimbursement. So
I'm in the ballpark.
I like this.
Oh, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I like the standard envelope. I really do like using that. I do. The method you showed me how to pack them, Brandon, has really worked out for me, and I really like it. So, and it helps with, especially on Whatnot, it helps the shipping, because I see a lot of people on Whatnot doing single cards that are charging the $4 or something for shipping, when it's, you put that thing in a top loader, man, it's still under an ounce in a standard envelope. And Whatnot, you can do a standard envelope and Whatnot. So I like it. I put my top loaders. I can still put top loaders in it, and it still be under the weight, and it still protects the card. So I like standard envelopes.
A little secret that most people won't know too. In most cases, you can actually do 2 cards and 2 top loaders and still be under 2 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
So,
Yep.
Including the wrap, the envelope, everything, the label, all of it. I think it comes to like, and it depends on the thickness and like the card stock of the card and everything else, but it should come to like 1.6, or I guess it's like
it's like,
1.6
that's about right.
ounces or something like that. I normally go ahead and round it up just in case, because they fly through there so quickly. That way it's no trouble and it doesn't get sent back. But you can send it, under the 2 ounce rate.
I'm gonna start listing my cards 2 at a time, so then I can save money that way. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
You can come list all of mine.
You got cards, Leroy?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'll give you a nickel for every card you list, and I'll let you use a scanner if you want to.
Do you have a scanner?
Do
you have a scanner?
No, but if you purchase one, I'll let you use it, and I'll still pay you a nickel card.
Hey, did you hear my story about? Did you hear my, Brendan? Did you hear my story about the scanner?
Yeah, and I have to say that person is very brilliant. I don't recommend it. I don't condone the action.
No, I don't.
But I'm jealous that I didn't think of it.
Yes. And this is a smaller channel. I'll say it here. It's actually somebody I'm very close with. None of you guys know this person. None of you guys know this person. They've been separated from YouTube for about 3 years now. But it's actually somebody I'm very close with. And I didn't want to put it out there.
Is it somebody that Eric also knows that lives around the area of your favorite football team?
No.
Okay.
No,
because I know somebody that Eric knows in the car.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. No.
Okay.
This is somebody. Sue might know who it is. That's about the only person I would know who it is. It's somebody I can't say one particular thing because he'll put it out there. But I just found out a couple weeks ago because he still calls me, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I'm not proud of this." He goes, "But he goes, this is what I did." So like that story is not a lie. That story is the truth. It's not something I would suggest, and you have to have money to be able to do that. Did you hear the story, Brad?
Yeah.
Hello, Jennifer.
Yeah, I heard it.
I have to say, like, again, I don't condone it, but it was pretty brilliant because I never thought of doing that. And them scanners are expensive. Like, I know
it was
a couple people that have several of them.
You know who it is, Jennifer. Yeah, but he said it was like $1,300 when he did it, and he like literally like set an alarm. He was so afraid that so you have 30 days to ship. It was more than 30. I think it was like 60 days to ship it. When he bought it, he looked at the shipping, the return policy. So when he looked at the return policy, it was 60-day return. So he was so afraid that he wanted it there in 60 days that in 50 days he packaged it back up and sent it out because he wanted it there in 60 days. And he said it took him probably another 3 or 4 weeks to get his money back. And like took pictures.
So after hearing this, I need to look into and see if there's somewhere you can buy like maybe refurb ones or open box.
There is, but the thing is, Brendan, for what you do, I would. We're live, but it doesn't matter. Here's what I.
It does matter.
It does, but find one that you like, and because of the money that you make, I would just stick out. I know you don't like to, but I would. They're still worth money. So if you buy a brand new one, it's under warranty. Okay,
right.
You pay just say it's $1,700. Okay, it's $1,700. You might be able to use a referral code for one of your friends, so you might be able to get 10% off. Or is there a military discount you can use to replace? Look into all that stuff. Is there a first-time credit card? Is there a credit card that you can use through that where you're going to get points or money back? Try to find out on that room where, and if you don't like it, then send it back. But if you like it, it's a write-off.
Did you just get a sale, Brad?
Yeah, I did. Thomas,
that was just a Playmobil. That was just a Playmobil. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I want to hear that story.
Oh, hey, I was gonna tell y'all. So I told y'all when on my way back from my trip yesterday, when we got back into Johnson City, I hit a few thrift stores because we were making pretty good time. So I'm in the card business too. So I bought some cards. But here's the thing, guys. Here's what's different about me being in the card business is I didn't buy it for the cards. I bought it for what the cards were in.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't blame you.
This is probably about $40 to $50.
Trapper Keeper.
Yeah, it's one of the vintage Trapper Keepers.
What is that?
That's a
Trapper Keeper.
That's a 90s.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah. That's an old one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a score.
Yeah.
Hey,
does it have any of the folders?
No, it's in good shape. I checked out; it's all good, but it's just got the the basic,
just the keepers and everything. Yeah. Those 90 Donruss there, you can just throw darts at them or whatever. There's a billion, 1,400 of those.
You can send them to me. Hey, real quick, I want to acknowledge. Real quick, I want to acknowledge somebody. Jennifer Hayes is in the chat, guys. Jennifer's all over all the shows. There's a moderator for all the shows, and I want to say hello, Jennifer, and thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate you being here. Leroy's lagging.
Who's Jennifer Hayes?
She's in your RIN too. She goes to visit y'all over there, Leroy.
Oh, so she's new. She must be new to the community.
Leroy's playing. He's got to be. Look at that smile.
So this
is our first time I have her here. So
I don't know if everybody's got it yet. I'm kind of surprised, but my bins used to not let you do like the little our one of our regions of Goodwills. They would give you them little cards that they'd stamp, and then you get like 25% off or whatever. And they wouldn't let you use those cards at the bins. So there was never any kind of discount system there. Well, now I don't know if they started the first year or what, but they now have a rewards points system to where you go in and for so many dollars or whatever you earn, you put your phone number in and it gives you reward points. So if your Goodwills or bins or whatever, and some of y'all might have already thought of this, but I'm not normally that person because I don't like using the plastic. Believe me, I've lost thousands of dollars on cashback rewards because I did not even think about it. But what I've started doing is when I go to the bins now, I put in my number to get those reward points back, but then I'm using my cashback credit card. That way I'm getting double rewards and it's making my cost of goods just a little bit less each time. You're earning free money to shop there, plus you're earning money back on your credit card. So, little hack if you have it in your area. Um, I I hate using credit cards and I completely forget that I even get cashback rewards. I'll just say this, my sports card grading orders are sometimes in the 5 digits and I have a PayPal card and I always paid the bill through my PayPal account. And I never thought about using my PayPal card that gave cash back. And I was sitting there adding it up through the years and I was like, oh my goodness, I have lost so much money because all I had to do was use the card instead of just paying directly from the PayPal account, and it would have been I almost wanted to cry the day I realized that. So, did Chris freeze?
I don't know. I think he is froze. I was about to ask him what he's been picking up.
Yeah, he's definitely froze up.
Yeah, that or he's having a seizure. He's catatonic on it.
He fell asleep on us. He's just sitting there out. He fell asleep on us.
Yeah. So have you ever been by Bristol Motor Speedway?
Yeah, so when I go to the 127, I actually head to the corner because I'm up near DC. So I head towards the corner of Virginia and then cut across Tennessee and everything. That's why I said you were in Virginia because
Yeah.
I know there's Bristol, Tennessee and Bristol, Virginia right there. And they kind of share like, I think if you go downtown, it's like one side of the street is Tennessee and one is Virginia, but it's
Yeah.
both Bristol. So, yeah.
Yeah. It was. I'd never seen it. It was impressive. Just the size of it. It was pretty cool.
Oh, the little bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. I took a picture of a sign there. Just like, let me see if I can find it. I don't know if you can see that. No, it's gonna be too.
Oh, I've seen it on your Instagram.
Yeah. I sent that to Kevin, and he said two of those are good options, and then the other one leads to Dave's house. It says, let's see. It says, well, I can't show it, but it's like a street sign. It's at the corner of Church Street and Commonwealth Avenue, and then right below it, attached to it, says dead end.
Yeah, he's Kevin is, I think he's like 2 hours and 10 minutes. Well, Lynchburg, I should say, is about 2 hours and 10 minutes from where I am. He's in a different town, but he's close to Lynchburg.
You going to 100 Mile Yard Sale? I mean, are you going to the Virginia one?
Oh yes, sir. In May, and then I'll be there.
When is it in May? What's the date in May?
I think it's the 5th and 6th. I think because my daughter graduates. Hold on, it's like the weekend before my daughter graduates. Because I almost wasn't going to be able to go.
Hey, I got an important.
Maybe it's the 10th. Let me look.
Hey, I got an important announcement. I got an important announcement to make about dates for the month. So real quick, let's see. Let's pull up the calendar here. Next Thursday is my birthday.
Oh, that's my last day.
Yeah, and then what? What'd you say?
Nothing.
I was looking at the calendar. I didn't even hear you. So next Thursday, the 14th, is my birthday. The next week after that which is going to be on Wednesday on the 20th, is mine and Tammy's 10th anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah. So on the 21st, guys, and everyone that's in the chat and anyone that's watching later, on the 21st, we may not have a show. If we do, I got to figure out how to do it on my phone, load it up on my phone so I can start and stop it. I think that's what happened earlier, Brad, is because I gave you the keys, but it still won't allow you to start and stop it. So you was in under my name. And I think that's what happened earlier. So I've got to figure out how to start and stop it on that Thursday night because I will not be at home. So if I can figure that out, we'll still have a show.
Your family time and your relationship time is more important than a show. I don't.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start it so you guys can talk to everybody, and then at the end I'll come back at 9 o'clock and close it. That's what I'm gonna do. If we do it, I may not.
Thanks for asking us.
Oh, you need a day off, Leroy?
I need a life off.
No, we probably. I mean, I hate not having it, but we probably will not have that show. So, I hate missing the day. But like I said, family's more important, and this is a 10-year anniversary, so it's a big deal to us. So, so we probably will not have it, but just in case, I just want to let you guys know that's how I'll be doing it.
Know, and we will keep all of that stuff in our minds. Thank you very much. Thank you for interrupting us for silly stuff because we could really care less about that stuff. But anyway, just kidding. Brandon, are you good? I want to get into Brad's Playmobil extravaganza. Are you good with everything, Brandon?
You don't need my permission, bro.
No, because you were talking, and I don't know if you got interrupted or not, but I just wanted to make sure you were all set so I can.
I showed you the date there. It's May 2nd through the 5th. So,
okay.
And yes, I will be there.
Which one is that?
The Route 29 100-mile yard sale in Virginia.
Virginia. How close is that to Bristol? Because I know how close I am to Bristol now.
How far
let me give you an idea because I don't really know how far it is from Bristol. Hold on, I'll tell you. Y'all go ahead. I'll look it up.
It's a little. It's probably about 2 hours from Bristol.
Okay.
From Bristol, because Bristol, you're going up to Bristol, and it's over a little bit more and up.
Got you.
Was
3 hours? All right.
Yeah,
that's a good route. It's a good route sale, Brad, because there's a lot of good, you get to get close and personal with Kevin. Yeah, Kevin is just the nicest guy. I don't know if any of the trust the cash guys are going, but it's getting bigger and bigger every year. And we'll all be there. So me, Cernak, and Tim will be there, and Eric. Normally, Cernak can't make everyone, so it's really nice. It is. Mike Deathpaw Picker, he always comes up. Last year, Pickin and Punching came up. It's whoever Kevin wants to invite. To be honest with you, because it's his home area.
Yeah. Cool.
So, well, we'd like to hear you stop. I want to stop in the beginning. I was clicking on Facebook. I want to start from there.
Okay. All right. Well, I wasn't clicking on Facebook, but my wife, as is her custom, was clicking on Facebook and saw a listing. I don't know how old the listing was. It couldn't have been very old. But it had been listed for $600, and they lowered it to $400. And she said offer them $350. So I messaged, offered $350, and the gentleman sent back that he would take it. And so we made plans to drive up, and drove up Tuesday. As you guys were doing your show, you were keeping us company there. And drove into North Carolina to I don't even know the name of the little area where we were at, but it was about 3 or 4 miles over the state line there, so we weren't very far in North Carolina. And yeah, made the deal. I told the guys earlier. We met the gentleman there, and he took us up to his house to pick it up. And he was an elderly gentleman. His wife had passed away, and it was her collection. And so he invited us into the house to look at her arts and crafts stuff and look at some paintings she had done. And he was just a super nice gentleman. And spent a little bit of time with him there, and then headed back and hit some thrift stores and drove up to see Bristol Motor Speedway and made our way back home. And I think we've made our first sale out of it now, so that's good. I'll have to ask my wife. Actually, let me text her here. We might have
You
enough.
better ask her for permission to share the whole story. She kick your butt.
Let me see here. I'm gonna see if she's got enough listed to. She might have enough listed already to actually pay for the lot. Let me see. I'll send her a message. She might be watching the show actually.
So what was it? It was like, what was it?
So there's a lot of vintage stuff. There's like little gas stations. There was some Western stuff. That stuff does really well. There's a lot of animal stuff. Animal stuff does well. There's a lot of people call it a dollhouse, but there's this one particular Playmobil house that sells really well, and so we got that house, the extension to the house. I think everything connected to the house. The house by itself, actually, the house by itself, if we sell it complete, just the main base of the house, I think it's probably enough to pay for the whole getting caboodle. So, but yeah,
That's great.
There's no telling how much is in there. Like I said, we sold our first piece today, which was about $65. So, and it was only listed for a couple hours today. So, some good stuff in there.
Nice.
And I told you guys we had cleaned out our living room and had got all the Playmobil into a room. That's no longer the case.
Leroy's back to the death pile.
Yeah. It was funny. It's my wife's fault, and if she's watching, I'm blaming her. We had that. She worked hard to get that area cleaned out and get it into a spare bedroom that we have. And then she immediately found that big lot of Thomas the Train that we went and picked up and filled it up. And then right on the heels of that, she found this new lot of Playmobil to go pick up, that 10 totes or so. And so just filled it right back up. But she's knocking it out pretty quick. So more power to her.
How many totes of Playmobil?
It was 10. There was so I was telling the guys earlier, like there was one really big tote. I don't know the size of it. Maybe a 40-gallon tote. I'm just guessing. And then there was some of the kind of half-size totes of that. There was probably about 5 or 6 of those. And then there was a few smaller ones. So it fit in our Ford Escape with the 3 of us. So, but it was piled in there pretty good.
So were there 3 drivers again, or just 2 drivers?
3 drivers this time. Well, 1 driver, me, 2 passengers.
Didn't your son drive last time?
What's that?
Didn't your son drive last time?
Yeah, he drove on one of the trips. I think it was last time. But yeah.
That's cool.
So
how about you guys? Chris and Brandon, have you guys had any good picks in the last couple of weeks?
You can go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, actually, yes. So it's in the law. All right, so I've got 2 good things I know. So y'all guys remember them boots, them Colombian boots I showed y'all last week that I got at the auction house?
Yeah.
I listed them. They sold within 24 hours for $70.
Yeah.
So those are gone. I also picked up this week, Saturday night, we went back and I picked up an old vintage. Leroy, you're going to love this. It's a tool. You're going to love it, Leroy. It's an old vintage Craftsman drill press. The kind you put the drill in and you run the drill and pull the lever down. Yeah, Leroy knows exactly what I'm talking about. I got that, Leroy, for $2 at the auction. Look, let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, $2, and so that's been a really good thing. I'm going back again Saturday night. They had a lot of tools, and something else I got, Leroy. I'll show you two things I got. So I picked. Let's see, where's it at? Right here. Okay, let's see if I can share this here. Present, share screen, share. Right, so this right here, this is the drill press here. You guys see that? Did it come up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the drill press that I got. So it's a really nice, it's Craftsman drill press. There's the model number. It's old Sears. So I cleaned this thing up, man. And we're gonna see what we can do with it. So that was a pretty neat find. I also found something else, Leroy, you would like. I hit the wrong button. Let's see here. A multi-quantity, Leroy. This is a multi-quantity. I don't know. So I looked these up, and this is the best I can come up with. And I picked up 26 of them. I paid 40 cents a piece for them at that auction.
What
I got
are they?
20. They're great neck, 1 3/4 socket drives, 3/4 drives, 1 3/8, and 1 3/8, 3/4 drive.
How much
Great
are
neck,
listed?
$13.95 plus ship. No, wait a minute. Yeah, plus no. Wait a minute. Is this free shipping? Nah, standard shipping $5.99 is what it was because of the weight on it, because they're heavy. So that's what and that's what the other ones were going for. The 5/8 and stuff, they were all going for right around, but they was all listed. The ones that was listed were going for between $12.99 and $14.99. So I put it in the middle there. And sir,
listing.
what did you say?
Couple of problems with that listing.
All right, shoot, tell me what it is.
Brad's here. I can't swear.
Go ahead.
You can't swear I'm here.
When in the creation of an alien did you start using the same color background as me? Oh my God!
Oh, that's my.
This cricket.
That's my. I didn't. Never. Look.
When did that happen?
I changed. Listen to me. On my.
I don't want to hear your baloney.
Look on my picture thing. I change the thing every day. That's part of. I know what day it is.
Oh, okay. You must have got that from one of your guys.
I did. I got it from a guy. But you know what I don't have, Leroy? I don't have this little sticker down at the bottom of the picture that's got a SKU number on it.
But what I would do, and that wasn't really.
Yeah.
What I would do is I would split that listing up. I would list it different. I would keep that one. If you got 13 or 20 of them, you said, I would take out that multi-quantity. I would take a couple of them and list them with different color backgrounds, no tag, drop the tag, flip them over, and put big truck, tractor, because that's where all that stuff is used. And I'd put large equipment first. Large equipment, the size, big truck, barn, find, new. Flip it over, take the tag off one of them, do pictures with it off the tag. The last picture you can put with the tag on it. So do the same one, but make 4 different listings. And So you're not fighting against yourself. So when somebody looks at it, there's 4 different listings, but it's all you.
Yeah, and see, well, right, and I get you. And right now, and I'll do that too. Yeah, I like that. Right now, I have the only one of these listed too.
Yeah.
This is the only one listed.
I would
So,
still,
because the
still be the only one
yeah,
listed, and you have 4 listings.
okay, all right, I'll do that then. Let me pull that off the screen. Yeah, I'll do that then. So that's 2, and I got those. I got 26 of them for $10. They worked out to be about 40 cents a piece, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
So
cool.
so I didn't think that was a bad buy because it's a
No,
multi quantity. I mean, if one of them sells for $13.95, you made your 10. I made my $10 back, and the rest of them are all profit from there on out. So that's how I looked at that. But yeah, this place I go to, Leroy, I almost called you Larry. This place I go to, they have all kind of tools and stuff there. Like they had a Craftsman's battery drill up there also that I really wanted, but it went pretty high, so I wasn't
is this
able to get it.
in Georgia or is this in South Carolina?
Sir,
Is it South Carolina or Georgia?
this is South Carolina. This is
Okay.
actually in it's between here. It's between here and Seneca or Clemson. It's between here and Clemson. So it's only maybe 20 minutes down the road. So and they have an auction every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night. And it's just local people. I mean, it's just local old timers, just come in there and sit around and chit chat. I don't know, half of them don't even buy anything. They just go there to hang out,
They
So
sell food.
while they're there, yes, they sell food too. Yep.
Are you going all the time now?
I'm going again this Saturday. This will be the 3rd time I go.
Good.
This Saturday night. My neighbor, he goes every time they're open, and so I ride over there with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'll come up with $1,000 and make sure you get nothing.
Yeah, you won't even need that. You probably need 100. You probably buy everything in there. I'm not lying to you, man. I mean, their stuff. I bought that drill press for $2, Leroy. $2.
That's cool.
Is
it sit down?
Yes, sit down. Yeah, you're in a little room, right?
They do livestock.
No, this place does not do livestock.
So I never knew I had allergies until I went to an auction that did livestock. I would go home and my eyes would be as big as Beetlejuice. And I would coughing, and I was there every week. I never knew why. It took me like freaking like a year to figure out why I had an allergic reaction. And then one day I was sitting there, I couldn't breathe. My eyes were blown up, and I said, "Oh, I was petting the chickens."
We used to go this one place over in Liberty, and they do livestock on a Tuesday night, I think it was. They did livestock on Tuesday night, and then on Saturday night they did stuff like what we did. But man, that it's one of them auctions, man. You just can't go to, really. I mean, unless you got a lot of money, but you're not going to make it. You can't get stuff there to resell because you're just not going to make no money. People are they bidding stuff way too high there. So,
hey Jen, that's not funny, Jen. You're calling me a chicken head. You're saying I'm a chicken head. So Brad, Brandon, did you get anything last week or the last couple weeks?
I've been to a couple of estate sales that it was nothing like no home runs, but there's a lot of bunts, so we're moving the guys over. They were both family ran estate sales, so no business involved, cheap prices, so you could kind of, like last week I bought some stuff that was out of my knowledge zone, but it was like 50 cents, for a piece or something. And I came home and sat down and looked through stuff. If it wasn't worth messing with, I just disposed of it,
Yeah.
but I like going to those because not just because of the prices, but because it's a lot more. You can learn a lot more.
Oh,
Because you're not
you could
like
take that gamble.
stressing.
You could take
Yeah,
a
and you can
gamble.
learn about it, and you also know that you're helping the family because in many cases, people say, "Oh, well," and you hear it out there or comments or whatever, you took advantage of the people or whatever, but you hear some of these estate sale companies and how they run their sales.
Oh
And
yeah,
they sit there and price stuff so where they don't sell anything because then they buy it for peanuts because the family has no choice but to get rid of the stuff. And so, and
yeah.
then those companies take it and flip it themselves. So it's kind of like, are the companies really helping? So when you go to a family one, I don't even bother negotiating, especially if their prices are cheap. Um, you're helping them out. They're getting rid of stuff. It's not normally the most exciting time because sometimes there's even emotional attachment to some of the stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, but the one I went to last week, it was actually right near the bins, and I haven't been going to the bins that often anymore. But um, just to share real quick, because there's been two instances that I've realized how hyper focused people get into reselling. And if you don't allow yourself to get zoned in and follow the popular stuff, you can actually find some really good things. And I went to this one sale that was supposed to start at 8 a.m. I got to the sale at 7:30. Well, I walked up to the steps and the whole house was full, like filled with people because apparently the family got there early. They just started letting people in. Okay, whatever. So I go in there and start looking through stuff, and there was a room that had toys, and it was the popular room, like tons of people in there. Once it cleared out to where I could finally get in there, I walk in, and like I don't even know how people left it, but there was two vintage Ghostbuster toys, and not
Wow.
like the figures or the cars. It was like the one of them was a little claw thing. You like pull the trigger and it had like this little claw thing on it, and another one was like it's called like a blaster, but you put batteries in it and it shone a light through it, and it was almost like a viewfinder, but it had like little disc that turned and you pulled the trigger of it and it would put a new picture up on the wall. And both of them from the 80s, and all of the stuff people were going crazy for, they just left those sitting there. And then at the bins, like I normally go for hats. I love selling hats, y'all know that. But that day I went, it was last Friday actually. There was hardly no hats in there, and I could have just easily said, "All right, screw it," I'm walking out. Not my thing. I didn't want to go fight the clothes. I don't fight the shoes or the toys because those people get crazy. So I started going to the home good or the hard goods that most people don't look in, and I was sitting there going through those bins, and there was sealed packs of the I think it's Genlin is how you pronounce it, like needlepoint and cross stitch kits, like the big pillows and stuff like that. Brand new, sealed in the packs, just in there.
Yeah.
Now, there's two things with that. One, they don't weigh anything, and the bins is pay per pound, so you're getting them for almost free.
Mm-hmm.
And I started looking these pillows and they had like dogs and stuff on them. You're talking 25, 35, $40 a pop. And you're paying enough. And people were just passing right along. And, it's filled with resellers in the bins. And I'm just like, they're so hyper focused in vintage clothing and Nike shoes and, all of this other stuff. And they just leave like easy money just sitting there. That stuff's easy to ship, easy to list. It's brand new in the package. It weighs nothing. And I was just like, when you start opening your eyes up and getting outside of that zone, man, there's so much out there. So
Yeah. Some of that, sometimes stuff you find is some of my favorite things that we've done. Like I told you guys a few weeks back about the little packs of like little farm animals we found at one of the thrift stores. Is like a quarter a piece. I wish I just bought all of them. There was probably 200 of them in there. We just sold. So this has been a good while back. We were at one of the thrift stores. I don't remember which one, but there was a Ziploc bag full of Jameson whiskey koozies, and we didn't pay much for them. It's like the whole bag is maybe like $3.99 or $1.99 or something like that. It wasn't much, but they were all brand new. It was a multi-quantity listing. We put them up. We've sold a couple over the months, and then yesterday somebody sent me a $40 offer for all the ones we had left, and so I was like, for sure, I'll do that. That's and those are like my favorite kinds of things. It's like selling like a big $400 item or something. That's super cool, and that happens. And when it happens, you're excited. But I don't know. There's something about just the little simple, easy picks that probably 4 other people or 5 other resellers passed over that you just take a little chance on. What's $4, and then do pretty good with it. Those are ones that always make me happy.
Yeah, I went to the flea market today, and I got this bag. I'm just opening it for the first time. Just a junk bag. I saw it because I saw the keychains, because I put keychains in a bin, and I sell them for $1 or $2 a piece in little locks. So I paid $1 for that. But I'm in one of the bins with one of the guys at the flea market who always gets good stuff. And we're in a bin. He's in the bin, I'm in the bin. And I learn how to respect the older guys, and I'll let them dig a little bit. And when I see them ease off a little bit, I'll dig, and then they'll dig. And that's sort of how we do it. I reached down and I grabbed this snap-on ratchet out of there for $2. And then these are very, if you see any 4-inch adjustable wrenches Crescent, they're not a lot of money. This one has some carvings on it, so I could get them out though. But this is probably like $20 USA. If you find some of the other ones are a little bit better, this is probably like 40. And then I was at another stand. I can't find it. My warehouse is attacking me at this point. And I found this other stand, and he had car emblems, and they were old. They were the old metal ones. And in the middle of all the car emblems was a 1960s Snap-on toolbox car emblem. Just blended right in. I mean, it wasn't sticking out. I would have saw it right away if I didn't stop. I would never saw it. $2, $65 it sells for on eBay. So, like you guys said, like just because there's guys there or resellers there that you think are just like the best resellers in the world, it's all upon the draw of the luck, man. Like I see it all the time at the flea market. Like it's just the draw of the luck, So that's all I had to say.
Yeah, them bag lots, Leroy. I like picking them up, man, because you never know what you're gonna get in them.
Yeah.
Leroy, you got someone that says hello to you here. Land short.
Craig! What's up, Craig? How you doing, buddy? You guys know
Jennifer
Craig?
blackmailed him. No, but Jennifer blackmailed him though. Jennifer said that. What did he say? He said. What did he say? He said, "I'm only here. It is right here." He said, "I'm only here because Jennifer Hayes says she wouldn't talk to me anymore if I didn't show up." So she's blackmailing people to come watch her show. We have to put her on the payroll.
There's a payroll?
Yeah, when's the check?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Where's my check? I didn't know there was money involved. I thought it was all charity work.
One in 1099 is another one I got to file.
This isn't
Actually, speaking of which, like all seriousness, March is like flying through, and just a reminder, if you haven't done so, April 15th will be here soon. I actually was waiting on a 1099 that was supposed to have been sent.
We were laughing and having a good time, man. Why you gotta bring up such negativity?
Because
now you're right though.
if we don't, it's going to be an even worse time. So, but
Yeah, we avoided watching the State of the Union so we could come here and have fun, and now you've ruined it.
It don't start till 9 o'clock. Hey, it don't start till 9 o'clock anyway.
Oh,
So you,
well, I'll be eating then. So
yeah.
you made me miss the
Well-
state of
It looks like we're gonna have a rematch of the last election.
speaking of, it's not a rematch. Did you guys see that? What is it? Jake Paul's going to fight Mike Tyson.
I just heard that on the way.
What? Mike
Yeah.
Tyson's too old for that, man.
Hey, I don't care how old that man is. He lines up across from me. That dude's scary, man. Just take.
Well, I'm gonna
just
say
take
it. I
one.
hope Mike knocks him out.
I hope so
I hope
too.
Mike. Yeah. I don't
I
like
don't
his
think
brother
so.
either, man.
I don't care about that. I just want to see Mike do it one more time.
I don't like his brother either.
Hey, Brandon, do you have any Tyson cards?
yeah, I'm actually. Hold on.
He's
He,
looking them up
he
right
just
now.
put the listing up higher, guys. You guys just took care of him. He just raised the listing on his Tyson cards.
No.
He will bite your ear off.
Hey, real quick,
cool.
Brad. While he's look at that.
There's
Wow.
Mikey right there.
Is he signing your
Yeah.
card? Is he signing your stuff?
No, so like I told you, I have my card channel, and the show that's up in Chantilly, Tim goes to it. Leroy knows what I'm talking about. I can get media access, and with that, with the media pass, I can go back where all the athletes and stuff are, and like do video and photos. There's Dr. J. I got a bunch on here, guys.
Dr.
So this
J.
is up from Chantilly. There's William Shatner.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Silver
Dr.
hair
J.
said he'll bite your ear off.
Remember one of the first basketball video games I ever played? I don't even remember the system it was on. It was we used to do this church thing on Friday nights when I was like in junior high, but it was Dr. J's something, and you could slam slam the ball and like shatter the backboard if you did it just right, and then they'd have to stop the game, and the little guy would come out with the broom and sweep it off.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of the game.
Yeah. I
That's
bet.
like old school stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody recognize him?
Is that Muhammad Ali?
No.
Muhammad
No,
Ali's
that's not
passed away.
Muhammad.
Is that Sammy
Is he
Sosa?
dead now?
Is that Sammy
No.
Sosa?
No, Sammy Sosa looks white now.
Oh.
That's Ricky Henderson.
Oh, Ricky Henderson.
I didn't recognize him without his hat on.
If
that's
Mac was
Ricky.
in here, he could have told us. Ricky Henderson's his favorite. That was
Yeah,
just
man,
yesterday.
When I was in junior high, that's when Tyson was having his run, and dude, that's back whenever you'd have to pay like $50-something for the pay-per-view, and then the Tyson fight would last like a minute and a half.
A minute and a half, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that, man.
I can't remember how quick it was. He knocked Michael Spinks out, but that was quick. And yeah, man, there was some.
Hey, do you remember? You remember the video game, the knockout? I think it was a cartridge game.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
my
yeah, y'all remember
daughter.
They
My daughter
banned that.
just turned 18 in November, and she loves old school stuff. Like, she loves record players, she loves Polaroid cameras. Well, she loves the NES, and one of her favorite games is Mike Tyson's Punch Out. And she's not home right now.
Yeah.
She had to work today, but she's memorized the cheat code, like whatever that code was that you put in to get through the game. She's memorized it. And she's only 18, so she didn't grow up anywhere near the Nintendo time, but she loves that game.
Yeah. So the only
Right, 1, 2, 3, left, right, 1, 2, F, up, down, left, right.
Sounds like Leroy knows it too.
Well, the only code I remember for a video game, and you guys see if you can tell me which game it was. It was
There you go, Landshark.
left, right, up, down, down, BA, start. Or you can do
Oh, that's
select.
for what? Wait a minute, what game was that for?
Oh man,
Brad, what game was that for?
I'm waiting for you to tell me. I know what game it is. I was going to see if you could remember.
I can't remember, but I remember doing that.
It was
Contra.
a fighting game, wasn't it?
It was Contra.
Yeah.
Contra, yes.
You'd
Yeah.
get 30 lives. You'd get 30 lives if you did that.
30 lives. Yep, sure
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Boy, that's an old school one right there. You know, me and my dad, check this out. When I was a youngin', when Atari, the original Atari first came out, we got that. And my dad used to love playing Missile Command. But every Sunday afternoon, we had Defender, and Defender was a 2-player game also. And me and him would get in there on that. That's the only time the video game system came on was Sunday afternoon. And we would sit down and we would play our 3 lives, and then the thing got turned off. That's just how it was, you know. And I'm gonna tell you, me and my dad would sit there on Sunday afternoon, and we'd get in there and play Defender. And man, we would play for hours because we was good at it, you know, and the 3 lives lasted forever. I remember Mom used to fuss at us because we was taking so long, and it was a lot of fun, man. I miss those days with Dad.
So here's a question for you, Brad. Since
Yeah,
you hit the mother load of
What's
your
up, TC?
with this haul, how far out do you feel confident? Like, are you gonna? Does this suffice for a bit on your sourcing, or are you still pushing the pavement to go out? I mean, you said you cleared the living room and then you filled it back up. So,
Yeah.
is your inventory set for a bit, or are you still hunting?
So I'm just going to guesstimate that if we did not source another thing, we got plenty of stuff to list probably through start of summer, maybe further. But with that said, being we are very niche specific with the stuff that we're looking for, if she tells me when I go in there to eat supper in a little bit that she's found another one, I'll send an offer on it, and we'll do it again. But
what's the furthest you'll go right now?
Well, that's what I was wondering, because I don't know this stuff, but I see Playmobil stuff all the time on my marketplace up here, like huge lots of them, but I just don't know nothing about this stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So I thought about my first eBay video. I was gonna have it be something like how you can make $3,000 in one day. And it's gonna be about buying Playmobil, but it's like it's one trip, and then it's a whole lot of 1 days of listing that you're gonna make 3,000. But the point being is like you can do good with almost any of it if you get it at the right price, and but it's just a whole lot of work. So it's one of those things that, like, if it's not something you're into, I don't know if I would suggest just jumping in and going buying a big old lot like that, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work. So, and there are some good, like, I'll give you a good example. I'm looking at some of the, just right off the top of the list of some of the things that's been listed, first, because the big things always get listed first in these buys, and I'm just looking at, this is not a flex. I'm just looking, obviously, but I'm saying like 45, 40, 30, 59, 40, 30, 40, 40, 30, 59,
hike,
55, 85, so like there's a lot of that, and that's the stuff that's gonna get listed up, and that's gonna be the big money makers. But then there's gonna be a ton of figures that she'll put a figure with like some little trees or something to make a little scene, and that's maybe a $9 to $10 item, and there's going to be a whole bunch of those. So,
well, Here's one that's showing up in my marketplace. And Chris, if you could put that on the screen, I got it
Yeah.
down there to share.
By the way,
was like-
my wife's going to be freaking out that we're talking about this to everybody. Yes. So, like, if we saw that, what's the price on it there, Brandon?
$750, but it's like it looks like these boxes are loaded.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah, even if you can share that link, I'd like to look at it. Not that I'm going to drive and go get it.
Well, that's what I was asking because like if I just do Playmobil, dude, it's like all over up here.
Yeah, it is.
Holy cow!
That's one of the reasons. So, we found a big lot of, but that's the problem. Like you're gonna find it, and it's gonna be like big lots like that, and that kind of scares people away. And it is like if you've never done it, it can be overwhelming, But we're used to it. It's in our wheelhouse. It's what we do. It's like nothing for us. We can glance at it and see like that's one that we want to go buy, And
let me ask you something. Let me ask you real quick, because I looked at your store a while ago. On your shipping, is that a fixed rate shipping or is that calculated shipping there?
No, that's calculated.
Okay.
And but so like we would, fixed rate is good. But so we actually have one. I'll give you another reason we do calculated. For example, like with this selling a whole lot of the same kind of thing, we have a lot of buyers for the stuff that we sell. They'll buy multiple things. We had a lady today. Actually, let me just click over and just glance at it real quick, so I'm not misrepresenting it. But let's see here. One lady this afternoon bought 4 or 5 items I'm seeing here. Yeah. And so one of the reasons that we do, and this is not for everybody, but one of the reasons we do calculated shipping is because we actually have a combined shipping rule set up where it takes it takes the first item and then it subtracts so much weight for every item after that. So it's kind of like it does calculated shipping for us, and it's actually pretty darn close, every time. So, so that's one of the reasons we do that. But if we sell one-off items, if we were selling one-off items, I'd probably have either calculated shipping per item or flat rate.
Here's something that a lot of people don't realize. You build community. A community is called community, family, brotherhood. If people do things right and you build a good relationship with people, I don't want to say this the wrong way, so I'm going to try to make it easy for me. If there's something that's in my area or in Brad's area or Brandon's area, and it's not overwhelming for the other person, stop being cheap. Oh, goodness, I have a bad mouth today. Cheap butts. Stop being cheap butts. And offer the guy, hey, Brandon, if I give you $100, could you hold this? You're coming down to Tennessee in blah, 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 blah days. If you make it worth somebody's while and stop trying to take advantage of people, they will look out for you. I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm just saying in general, this community is too small and such a good community. I don't care what people say, that you can make deals and make it good for both parties where you don't even have to put out your own money. I could send the money right to the person, and then Brad can go pick it up for me. Now it's locked in. I don't care if I don't see it for 6 months. And when I get a chance to meet him, if he's going to 127 or whatever, I'll grab what I got to grab. You guys got to use your sources, what you have, because it's stupid not to. I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
Hey, I want to. Tactical C brought up something here. He says he always does calculated shipping for large items because he says shipping to California would kill him. I'm gonna tell him something. Tactical C, I don't know how large your items are. If it's over the 23 or 20 something inches that USPS charges that extra surcharge in, I can understand what you're saying there. What I do is everything that I ship within like I ship a lot of heavy electronics, and when I say heavy, they're under 10 pounds. And then I have shipped them to California, and I can ship them less than $16 through UPS, and that's who I use is UPS. And I pack it good now. I'm bubble wrapping. I got styrofoam in my boxes. Pool noodles. I use pool noodles, guys. You can use pool noodles on the corners of stuff, man. I mean, you can ship it less than $16. I'm assuming you're on the East Coast because you said it would kill you. I'm on the East Coast also. But like today, I'll give you an example. Today, we shipped an item to Texas, and it was a 37 inches by 24 inches by 9 inches was the dimensions on it, and it weighed, I think it was over 10 pounds, but it only cost us $38 going UPS. I mean, that's cheap. That's cheap going halfway across the country, to be honest with you, UPS. So on their heavy items, yeah, calculated shipping is a good way, because I do calculated shipping, but always remember that UPS, you can choose UPS to be able to ship across country, and it will be cheaper, especially with ground advantages way higher.
Hi, Lisa.
So Lisa asked how I picked my name. My name is actually, so my original name I picked out, I was gonna use Rookie Reseller because it ties in with the cards and stuff, and I like the Don Russ rated rookie logo, and anybody that knows sports cards know what I'm talking about. It was on the old Bo Jackson card and stuff. But then when I thought about it, I was like, but you can only be a rookie for so long, so I would play out of that name, and so I wanted to come up with another name. Well, I'm a big actually, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met in sports. I was showing you guys. I had the pleasure of having dinner one night with Larry Fitzgerald and his brother. And Larry had a motto. It was FFF, faith, focus, finish. And so I always liked that. I always liked the play on the letters and everything. But to make a long story short here, 540 is my area code. So it worked with 540 flips. I got, the play off of the FFF, but then the 540 is actually my area code. I did not, however, think about skateboarding. And a lot of people have told me they've tried to find my channel and they've searched the names, and it brings up skateboarding videos because apparently there's tricks in skateboarding that are 540 flips, and I did not think of that at all. So it might have worked against me, but whatever. It is what it is.
Nobody asked
real quick
about my name.
Go ahead.
Let me guess.
I thought
your last name's Blood.
Oh wait, so they're coming out with free boxes for
Yes.
Ground Advantage?
Yes, that's why I wanted to talk about that. Yes, that was something I had on the list to talk about today. He's right, Tactical Z. They are. I know a guy that lives in Florida, and he was speaking to his postmaster 2 days ago. He called me, and they had some kind of big meeting or whatever, and they are coming out by the end of the year. It'll be this year. It will be this year. We don't know how soon yet, but they are coming out with Ground Advantage boxes, and they are supposed to be free boxes too. So
let me ask
that
you guys
is in the works.
Because I mentioned this to my post office. I don't know if y'all seen it, but there's a commercial that the Postal Service has.
Sorry.
And I was confused because in the commercial, there's boxes that say Ground Advantage on them. And it clicked in my head. And I told my wife, I was like, the post office always says they lose money and they got to continuously raise rates. And they say that a lot of it is the free priority boxes. And we might have discussed this in a previous episode on here. I don't even remember. But I was like, could you imagine if they offered, like, they get analytics and data of what sizes are the normal, the most common boxes that they ship out, right? So what if they took those common sizes and created ground advantage boxes and undercut all of their competitors that we here are spending tons of money on? But even like not even necessarily the price per box they cut, but they already ship the priority boxes to us free. What if they just cut the shipping cost out and we still, ordered the boxes and paid just a little bit, for them? They could take and make so much money back on doing that. And I would happily pay for them if they were quality boxes. I don't know about anybody else, but we would save money. It would benefit the postal service, maybe help us stop getting increased rates every year. And, I think that'd be a heck of an idea, but free is better, but we pay for it in the end.
And I had also heard that if and when they do that, which apparently they're starting to look like it's going to do it, it's just a matter of when, that they're possibly going to cut the priority boxes out because here's what Absolute Fines just said. He says 90% of his orders are ground advantage, and that's what the post office is saying now too, is that people aren't using priority boxes anymore. They're using ground advantage. So that's something that could happen. They could just cut the priority boxes out and then just go to the free ground advantage instead. So I've heard that. I don't know if that's true or not. So don't say, well, they said on this, no, I don't know if it's true. That's just what I heard. And it did not come from a post person or anything like that. Leroy, Jennifer says she wants a hoodie. Melissa says she wants a hoodie, and I think Jennifer wants a hoodie, Leroy.
What are you
right here?
Have a hoodie on?
No, they want one of your Blood, Sweat, and Sale hoodies.
How do they know I have one?
Because you've worn it before.
No, I don't have one.
Yes, you do.
Do you want one?
Listen, guys, they're prototype, and I'm not selling them. I could give you a website to where they are. My website, I think they're $40 now. If anybody's really interested, I could hook you up. It would be an honor. I haven't gave them to anybody. I bought one, so.
Now, Leroy, if I'm not mistaken,
but I have tumblers for my card channel.
Now, Leroy, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you create the logo yourself? Didn't me and you talk about that when I come up to visit you? Didn't you create that logo?
I had a guy make it for me, but I did the hardscape of it. Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. You come up with it and drew it all out for the guy, right?
Yeah, and if you guys know anybody, I tell this once in a while. There's a huge community, and Brandon might actually know this. There's a huge community in that. What is it, Brandon? It's what's dang it? What's
for
the
what?
coin?
Making logos?
No, the coins. It's like a trade thing. The coins.
I'm not quite sure.
It's something like coins that are tradable.
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
People, they all have logos, and they're round logos. Find somebody who does Bitcoin logos. They're really cheap. I think my guy did my whole thing for $35, because it's just an oversaturated market. But go in one of those communities, find somebody who does Bitcoin logos, and you can get them super cheap. It's going to be round or square, but that's a big bolo that I really don't talk about much.
Well, I have something to say. My wife makes shirts, T-shirts, and sweatshirts, and hoodies, and all that. The designs that go on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we have all that stuff over here, heat press and all that stuff that we put stuff on, makes T-shirts and stuff.
If we're doing shameless self-promotion,
there you go. Look at that.
I can get you one.
I have.
They're for sale on
anything from my reselling stuff. I
Jen-
do have T-shirts, but it's for my card channel.
Jennifer, send me Instagram message. I'll send you one of these. Only
I'm bad
Jennifer.
Hey,
about self.
I need to know how to make stickers with my thermal printer, man, because I want to start making stickers because I've seen that you can make stickers with your thermal printer, and I need to know how to do that.
I pay for mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm bad about it. Like I carry them with me, and I never give them. I have T-shirts, I have mugs, stickers, just for my card channel. But I'm bad about the self promotion thing. I just like getting on and talking.
I don't
Y'all
do.
already know I talk too much, so
Yeah, I don't do anything with Amazon. Do you guys do any self merch? Do merch by Amazon?
No, uh actually got I was in the process of getting approved. Yeah, so
15.90.
The only thing that I got, guys, is you can buy me a coffee. That's it. It's the only thing I got right now.
he was talking about printing up stuff with your thermal printer, and we're talking about self promotion.
Yeah.
One of the things that's been working good for us is we built we did the a coupon for our store on eBay. It's just like a 5% coupon, and generated that code and that coupon on the eBay promotions thing. And I just print it off on the thermal printer and stick it in with every order that we send out. And we're actually getting, I mean, because of what we do, we get several repeat customers anyway, but that's actually kind of stimulated a lot of repeat customers. And I'm more than happy to, if people are going to buy multiple things, give them the discount there too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
So
most definitely.
if you hadn't done that, it's actually it works pretty well, especially for
well,
Yep.
Leroy was earlier mentioning about the whole community thing, and really, yeah, he's right. You can use it to help with your sourcing and stuff like that, especially if there's things that that you're niched in, like Brad and his Playmobil, and other people may not have any interest to it, and folks can help each other out. But really, there's so much self promotion out there, but really, I think the key is word of mouth of each other. Just
Yep.
sharing each other, and just like in a general sense of friendship, not just the business aspect of it, but like I have a Facebook group for my card side of thing. I haven't pushed the reselling content that much, but my card side, I've done that for several years, and I do have a Facebook group there. And I'll tell you, last week there was a big, huge acquisition in the sports card space, and it happened to be the grading company that I use was acquired by one of the the company that owns the top grading company in the space. And like I said, I've been doing it for a little over 4 years now, and it was very humbling to me, and it kind of got me a little in my feels, because I had several days that was just, y'all remember last Thursday, I told you it was like the 4th live stream I had been on. And there were so many people that said, we wanted you to come on because when we hear any news about SGC, you're the first person we think of. And it was like, I don't have a huge channel over there. I got like 2,600 subs, but it's that devotion to, I've been using the same company. I've done a lot of information. People know that they can trust the information that I share with them. And they know that, I'm going to help people if I can. And Chris knows, he's reached out to me, and I've tried to help him in an honest way. And when you start building that inside the community and people really learn your character and who you are and your intentions and all of that, you start building friendships. But Leroy, I mean, I've met him. I told the story. The first person in reselling or content space that I ever met was Eric. And he comes up to me, "Hey man, you got a YouTube channel?" And it was just like so friendly, open. he didn't have a clue who I was. And then, I met Leroy and I've met Chernock and Tim, and like, there's a lot of good people. There's a lot of bad out there. There's a lot of drama out there, but there's a lot of good people too. And if you can start building, that community and that camaraderie and friendship, that can help you a lot too. Because one thing I have noticed, I'm over 2-year mark now of being self-employed or whatever. But when you go from a 9 to 5 and you have all them coworkers and you have that social ability, to just day to day go, even if you're just walking down the hall and saying hello to somebody, and then you're working for yourself and you're like stuck attached to a computer in your home, you lose that. And I think just having that friendship and that communication and everything, that also can help us. It's not finding goods, it's not selling goods, but it's helping us mentally and emotionally as well. So I think, that's a really important part of all this equation as well. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox now. Sorry.
Hey, and I'm going to kind of piggyback off of that because we're talking about within the community itself. Even like on eBay with your customers, I don't know if this is possible when you're just doing one-offs, but like one of the things that happened as a result of us kind of really honing in on one area is like we know several of our buyers on a first name basis now. And so like I'm just going to give you an example. This is one lady. She says just to give you an idea of the kind of stuff, I'll get past all her flowery stuff about thanking us and stuff, but she says, this is the kind of stuff we're getting from her. The weather has changed once again here. It was really sunny and warm for a few days, and we thought spring might be around the corner. And she goes on, and I mean, she's talking to us like we're family. And so, I mean, it's possible to even build a community within your the people that you go back and forth with on eBay, if you're willing to just not always just treat it like a business and just appreciate what people have to say and just converse with them a little bit. It's not efficient, but it sure is cool to connect with people. So
I wanna let everybody know that's in the chat and it's here, and those of you who's gonna watch. So right now we're at 541 subscribers. On this show, when we hit 1,000, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna give away this Coach purse, little wristlet, like whatever. I don't know much about purses. I know this is legit because it's not new. I want to tell you, it's not new. This was my wife's. It's like she carries them for like 6 months and then puts them up. And it comes with this little zip up thing right here too. It's got the Coach, all that stuff on it. And then, but this is legit. So when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give this away. And I'm also wanting to start doing giveaways on this show. I just got to figure out how to do the hashtag, whatever it is we're going to do. I got to talk with Kat, the nurse flipper, because she does that on her show. So I want to start doing it on here. I know there's only 5 or 6 people. Sometimes we get it up to 10, but hey, that's what we're going to start doing.
I'll do a giveaway of a Bang energy hat if you figure out how to do it, Chris.
All right,
that's we'll do. Cool hat.
Yeah, it is.
I'll do a getaway in about 5 minutes, so I can go home and sit on my couch.
Yeah, we're all going to do a getaway here in a few minutes, Leroy.
Can you see that? It's lit up. Let me turn this.
Oh, wow. It lights up. That is cool, man. Look at that.
Let me turn the screen down too.
That is cool. So what does it do? It sits in the light and charges that way or something?
No, it's got a battery. Yeah, it's actually got a battery built into it. I got like a whole bunch of them. I probably got 35 or 40 of them.
Right. Is Leroy here every week? I think last week was the first week he hadn't been here in a long time. He's usually here every week. He's normally late, but he's usually here every week.
I don't stay the whole show.
Yeah, he don't stay the whole.
My contract is 40 minutes. I get 40 minutes worth of contract. If you guys want to know my contract, I get 1 cent per minute. So my contract is going to get renewed soon. But right now it's 1 cent per minute, and I usually try to stay around 30 minutes. Chris can't really afford much more than that, so I try to stay around 30 minutes. And when Brad gives me a high five and we do it correctly, then I take 5 minutes off of that. And then when Brandon lets me talk and he doesn't cut me off like he cuts everybody off, I take another 5 minutes off of that. So between all of them, we're doing well here, guys.
Yeah. Actually, Leroy's lying to every one of you. The reason Leroy has to cut out early, the reason Leroy has to cut out early is because he's hungry and he has to go eat.
Right. Yeah. You will, Jennifer. At times, you will catch Leroy eating dinner during the show.
Oh wait, dang! I just realized I hadn't seen you snacking all night, Leroy. I think that's
sure.
That's because
Jennifer, I do real quick. Jennifer, I do try and tell everyone I can about the show. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We do. I average. By the end of the week, there'll be 50 to 70 views on the show. So a lot of people. But see, I think there's another show going on right now too. So I'm not your big time YouTuber guy.
Yeah. By the way, Chris, I was legit being honest. If you do a giveaway, I'll do some of these hats. We'll send them out.
All right, I'll figure it out, man. I'll figure it out. I want to get, like we was talking about, self-promotion. I want to get some stuff from me and made, and I want to give it away too. I just got to figure out how Kat does it. I don't know what kind of program she uses, because if you ever watch her show on Tuesday nights, they do that hashtag gyro pack or whatever all that is and give away that stuff. I don't have affiliates like that, guys, so I can't do all that. But I can give away stuff that I have here,
Oh! It just popped in my head. I forgot. You remember the guy that I was talking about a few weeks ago that I've been watching? I saw a couple of his YouTube videos. The Books No Home guy. If you're not, you should go watch his channel. Because he's got a whole little saga going on. Like, he now lost. He was homeless. He was like staying in that storage building. I'm gonna say supposedly, if not, it's a great idea for content to be homeless and be a eBay seller and blah blah blah. But going on the fact that this is probably legit, he was living in this like storage unit, I think, and he's selling his eBay stuff out of there. He'll go buy like books. He does books, and he's packing and shipping and walking to the post office, carrying his stuff to the post office. And then like this week, last week or so has been like a huge like drama thing, because he's got like a somebody who offered to let him and his wife, I think, come like rent a room to him or stay in there, and then she was going to let them use the garage for their eBay thing. And then I don't know what happened, but there was some kind of blow up, and she wouldn't let them stay. And so now he's moved all of his inventory out of his storage building and all that. And he's down to like 100 books now, after having like, I don't know, it's like 2,000 maybe. Now he's down to 100 books, and he's like starting all over. But it's his story about, I'm not like making fun of his accent, but he sounds like he's like Ukrainian or Russian or something. And he's like, you're only poor if you're poor in your mind, and I'm not poor. He's telling his whole story. You gotta go check it out. Books No Home on YouTube.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to watch it. Sue says she thinks it's a giveaway in StreamYard. Okay, I'll look for that. And Leroy, Jennifer's just saying, how come you don't promote this channel in Reseller Information Network? I don't expect. Actually, Jennifer, I don't know if he does or not. I don't expect him to, because that's another show that he's on. if he wants to, that's awesome. I appreciate that, but he don't have to do that there.
Plus, every time he mentions it, you owe him more money.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I just got another silver hair stacker, maybe. They said that they were going to give me 2 cents to go on their show. If you up it to 2.5 cents, I will come on your show. Message me on Instagram. I will definitely come on your show. And this isn't a joke. This is serious. Give me a message on Instagram. I'd love to be a guest on your show. You pay the 1 cent, and we'll have Chris pay the other 2 cents. So 3 cents for that show. Between the 3 or 4 shows I'm going to be on this year, I'm probably going to be able to get a new pack of ramen noodles.
Yeah. Hey, I love how you like spending my money too, Leroy.
That's easy to do.
Yeah. Some things never change. He's been charging forever. Oh, Lisa, Jennifer says she had no clue you was on here every week, Leroy.
Yeah, I try not to tell people about the bad things that go on in my life.
See what I'm saying?
I try not to. Jen, I have too much respect for you, Jen. I have too much respect.
Jen, he don't even like to admit that me and him's actually met in person. Went to an auction together. I drove all the way to where you live at. That town up the road from me. And,
I was gonna say all the way 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I drove all the way 45 minutes.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna be dead serious, guys. I'm gonna be dead serious to everyone. And yes, I'm picking on Leroy here. So don't take. So anyone watching, don't act like we're being mean to each other or nothing like that. We pick on each other all the time. Listen, if you want to ride in a car and be safe and never have to worry about anything, Leroy is your driver. Matter of fact, if you want to ride in a car and be safe and need to go 30 minutes down the road and don't mind getting there 2 hours later, Leroy is your driver. I promise you. I've never rode with anyone that drives so slow my entire life.
I think Leroy said that about himself, didn't you, Leroy?
If you guys, but here's the thing, guys. Yes, that is true. Okay, but if you're interested in going to an auction with 50 cents in your pocket and not buy anything but one thing at the whole auction, when the guy you went with bought 20 lots, call Chris to tell you how you do that.
Go with me, yeah.
I've never been to an auction. The guy bid on one, and
but you know what, hey, I made good money on them manuals, though. I have. I made good money. I made good money on those. I sure have. And I still got the Harley Davidson one. I can't believe that. That's surprisingly. All right, so I'm gonna figure out how to do the giveaway on the StreamYard this week, and maybe we can do one next week. And that's pretty much it. It's 10 to 9. Leroy's gone.
Did you
Brandon?
Did you say that?
I did. He just like
he's like in one spot, and then he was like in another spot, and then he just disappeared.
Yes, he did. Brandon, you got anything to tell everybody before we get off?
No, it's almost yard sale season though, guys. So
yeah,
that's true. Time to get moving.
Yep. Leroy, do you got any announcements to make before we leave?
Yes.
Now's the time.
I'm doing a drive across America. Chris and I, we're going to drive from South Carolina all the way to California and back. And we will
never have a show.
And we will be back by the year 2026. And when we get back, we're going to have a big party. But the problem is one of us won't be alive.
I know. I'll die of old age by the time you get back.
No, I got nothing going on. Pray for me, guys. I really need to clean this place. I want to start listing again on Monday. I haven't listed in about 4 weeks.
Oh wow.
I really need to clean this place. It's just getting really overwhelmed. So keep me in your prayers for the weekend. And this isn't even a joke. This isn't even a joke. Yeah. So
Did
I'm
you
not.
rearrange your shop there, Leroy? Because your camera view is a little different than what's your stuff behind you. Like I see your table back there with all your tape dispensers, but that shelf right there to your right hasn't always been there.
Oh no, it rolls. It's just a roller.
Oh, that's the rolling one. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
it's another one that rolls. But
You're welcome, Lisa.
yeah, yeah. I need some help. I really do.
Brad, what you got going on?
Just church, and I need to get over to district and do a live auction. I said I was going to do 24 this year, and I've done one, so I'm gonna have to be in catch up mode, bro.
Yeah,
I
bro.
actually have vintage license plates I want to do a live auction on district with. So I got about 20 of them I want to do.
Yeah, I was going to say. Also, I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. I want to be the first for anybody that hadn't been in here before. I want to be the first guy to have 500 subscribers and no videos.
Yeah, so guys, if you're not subscribed to Black Sheep Society YouTube channel, go subscribe to it. There's no videos there. He just wants to be the first person to have 500 subscribers with no videos.
Yeah, you know when that video is going to drop?
When you get 500 subscribers.
Nope. Whenever you and Leroy get back off from that road trip.
Oh. Right. Oh man. All right, guys. So me, I'm doing whatnot shows every day except for Sunday. It's something normally it's cards, sports cards. Today it was DVDs. I will not be having a show tonight. I normally do, but I will not be doing one tonight. So, but the rest of the week, except for Sunday, I'll be having a show every night or during the day. Just keep an eye out for there. If you are not a member of Whatnot, you can check the link below and sign up and get a $15 credit you can use on any show and Whatnot. Also, don't forget to check out Leroy's other show, Reselling Information Network. And on Tuesday mornings, oh my goodness, this is my mother.
Hey, Chris's mom. Chris's mom. Hi.
She says I'm gonna be an old man next week. That's right. I got a birthday next week. So everyone, let's see. So Leroy's got Reseller Information Network next Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Go over there and join them guys with Eric and Chris and Tim. They have a really good time. They got a really got a lot of good information over there. I had a stroke or something. But other than that, I got some videos coming out. I got them made. I just got to get time to release them, guys. It's going to be sales for February. I got 2 of those that's going to be dropping. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And I guess everybody can go watch the what's that thing coming on here in 5 minutes?
I'm gonna go eat. I'm not watching that.
I can't remember what the thing where President talks. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, so we're gonna take off. And hey guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next week.